Why is there not a single clear photo of the actual phone being used to make that call? No video of the astronauts mid-conversation, not even a blurry background shot of the equipment they used to speak to the President of the United States, live from space. And here's what's even wilder. We're talking about 1969. NASA had cameras on literally everything. They photographed rocks. They photographed footprints in the dust. They photographed each other floating around. But the most historic phone call ever made between a human being on another world and a sitting US president? Nothing. No behind-the-scenes footage, no camera rolling, nothing. Now ask yourself this. If your kid did something incredible, something that had never been done before in the history of mankind, would you not record it? Here's where it gets heavy. NASA's own archive has over 35,000 photographs from the Apollo missions. 35,000 photos of craters, photos of the lunar module, even photos of the Earth from a distance that looked almost too clean, too perfectly round, almost like a painting, but zero photos of the actual communication setup used during that presidential call. Zero footage of the moment the world supposedly held its breath. The equipment they claimed was used, a special radio transmission system rerouted through tracking stations in Australia and California, was never shown being operated live. The Australian tracking station called Honeysuckle Creek reportedly received the signal first, but that detail was quietly buried for decades. Why? And the footage of the moonwalk itself? NASA later admitted they accidentally recorded over the original high-quality tapes. The highest quality recording of the most important moment in human history, taped over, like a home video your uncle accidentally deleted. Let that sink in for a second. We live in a time where a street camera outside a gas station in Ohio captures footage crisp enough to solve a crime. But in 1969, an agency with unlimited government funding and the entire world watching lost the tape. They sent men to a place 238,000 miles away. They landed, they walked around, they called the president, but nobody hit record on a camera for the call. Nobody kept the master tape. Nobody photographed the phone. And somehow, the most documented space program in history has this one massive blind spot, the exact moments that would have been the easiest to verify. People who question this are not crazy. They are just doing what any curious human being should do, asking why the gaps exist exactly where the proof should be the strongest. What does it mean when the evidence is loudest in the places that don't matter and completely silent in the places that do? Look at the record. Look at what exists, what doesn't, and more importantly, why certain things were never preserved when everything else seemingly was. Cross-reference the timelines. Look into the Honeysuckle Creek story. Look into the Van Allen radiation belt debate. Let the inconsistencies speak. If this made your brain do a little backflip, good. That feeling means you're paying attention. Scroll through this page because we go deep on topics like this every single week. Real questions, real gaps, no fluff. Drop a comment with the one thing from this video that hit different and follow, so you never miss what comes next. The truth does not need your belief to exist, but it does need people willing to look.